Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. In this video, we're going to be giving you a Bitcoin update and really an overall market update, and I'm going to be sharing with you why Bitcoin is actually breaking out right now, guys. You are right now on the 4-hourly time frame, testing your descending resistance in this kind of triangle pattern that we had forming. It's not an ascending triangle necessarily, it's a descending triangle. We've said on a previous video that we actually said the bottom is now in for Bitcoin. We believe that. Many people disagreed with me. Time is going to be the best teacher, essentially, and we will see who made the right call. You know, we could be wrong, but just based on what we're looking at, I do believe Bitcoin has bottomed out. Lots of people saying that we are, you know, in a bear market now. I don't believe that. You're in a bull market. Maybe on the short term, I can see you being in a, you know, people looking at this in a kind of bearish way. But if you look at a macro scale, and we'll quickly do that before we go into the kind of 4-hourly chart in more detail. If you look at a macro scale for Bitcoin, guys, you know, it's in a multi-year bull market. You know, this is one thing. Bitcoin is going to continue to go up, in my opinion. We're going to touch on a number of things like Plan B stock to flow models. This isn't the be all and end all. Let me just make that very, very apparent. The stock to flow model. However, I do find some of the stuff that he's talking about here very interesting, and we're going to touch on it once we've kind of looked at Bitcoin on a few sort of different time frames. So the overall trend for Bitcoin is up, guys. We've made that very apparent, and regardless of what happens on a short-term time frame, if you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, the trajectory for Bitcoin is upwards. But what we're going to do is we're going to really focus on the sort of 4-hourly, and we're going to give you a little bit of what we think is to come. Now, I do think you've bottomed, but you know, you could still chop around here. You could see a rejection from here. You know, you could come back down, test this sort of ascending support before a breakout. It doesn't have to break out now, but it does look to me as if you have just broken out as we're filming this video. You know, this area right here, you know, you've smashed through your kind of descending resistance where you were making your lower low. So you know, we could potentially be seeing here, guys, especially if you hop above this, and we could potentially be seeing a higher high being put in here with higher lows, which would kind of suggest that we are going to start trending upwards. So very happy with what I'm seeing. We've made sure to come on here every single day throughout this, really, except for we had a bit of a busy week last week, and kind of just, you know, remind you guys of what you're a part of. Blockchain technology is the future. Yesterday we spoke about Cardano and how we believe, you know, something like Cardano in the future, not immediately, not in a year or so's time, but in the future could accrue something like $1 trillion worth of value. This space is tiny, guys. It's a drop in the ocean in comparison with the actual money that is uselessly flowing around out there. Understand what you're a part of. You know, we spoke yesterday, like I say, about blockchain technology being like the internet, and something like Dell and Amazon being part of the whole .com boom and the stocks that really came out of that. Cryptocurrencies are akin to those. Blockchain technology akin to the internet, cryptocurrencies akin to the stocks that came out of it. And in fact, they actually are going to serve more of a higher purpose, you know, because the kind of volumes of money that they can accrue, you know, you got to remember are very different a stock and a crypto. Cryptos do, you could arguably say, a lot more than stocks out there or companies out there. So we're not going to get too much into that, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. 4-hourly, you look great, guys. You've broken this descending resistance now. We'll see what happens. You could be looking to put a higher high in, and this would mean more sort of bullish continuation, in my opinion, you know. So I'm liking what I'm seeing, guys. I'm very, very happy. We did say that this looked like a bottoming structure, a reversal kind of structure. It didn't look like your kind of hanging branches where, you know, you're putting in marginally higher highs and it's weak, and, you know, ultimately, you know, it's kind of preempting a downwards move. So, what are we going to talk about next, guys? Well, that's it on the 4-hourly. Let's take a quick look at the daily. Let's quickly here drop to some smaller time frames to give us a little bit more information. Yeah, you can see you're really fighting with this descending resistance here, but you are staying above it. We're not going to go too much smaller than this, just for argument's sake. Looks great, guys. I mean, this is the 5-minute, but, you know, we don't like to go into those time frames because it's too sort of wishy-washy. Let's take a look at the daily. And then let's take a look at the weekly before we move on to some other news. Just a very quick update. We do think the bottom's in. We do think that's significant news, certainly if you're looking to get back into this market. Lots of people expecting another dip. I think they're going to be, waiting. Timing the market is one of the most dangerous things you can do in the crypto space. Investing based on fundamentals and understanding that, this technology is revolutionary and is going to accrue value as a result of that is, I think, a safer option, certainly for you unexperienced traders out there and even traders in general, because most traders lose money. And in the crypto space, being an emerging market and the volatility that's attached to that, it's like a recipe for disaster, really. And you can see you're making your way now back up to your EMA. We want to see you break this, so we're looking at that sort of 41,500 range. I believe that actually because you have got some previous areas of resistance that you want to kind of look out for. We'll quickly draw them on and have a look at that. This is just a very quick update, so we'll fly through it. We've got some nice thick lines there. We don't really need them that thick. I'm not sure what I was drawing with those. Let's take a quick look at this. Yeah, you've already broken out to 1. You might come back down and retest it. We need to see a bit more of a clear break than that. You've certainly worked below it. You might come down and test it before then continuing upwards. And ultimately, I do think this is going to be a slow kind of move out of here until we eventually see, I think you're going to do something like this before, going back and maybe making your all-time highs. I think that's around the corner. And ultimately, remember, you are in a bull market. We make sure to stress that. Let's take a quick look on the weekly. Still got a long way to go on the weekly in order for you to get into and back above your EMA, but I do anticipate it. In fact, you're recovering a lot faster than I think a lot of people perhaps thought. The weekend is going to be a time to watch, guys. I expect something like that to kind of take place. The weekend is going to be a trying time. I'll be totally transparent with you. I bought crypto yesterday. Because I'm taking full advantage. When I look, certainly on the daily, you might see that some projects are up 10, 15, 20%. But if you go to the monthly, a lot of them are still down 30%. You're getting a discounted rate on a lot of these cryptos. And it always makes me laugh. When we were at these all-time highs here, everyone was going, I wish the price was a little bit lower because I'd put more money in. Now the price is down here. Nobody wants to buy. It's like, I blame a lot of the maybe other influencers and stuff out here, but I don't know. So I think we look great for Bitcoin. Let's go back to the 4-hourly. I think we look fantastic, guys. You are struggling a little bit with this resistance. What happens here is going to really dictate, what's going to come over the coming days. Watch out for the weekends. We know weekends tend to be a bit, kind of a bit selly-off-ishy. So that'll be a real test. If we see strength on the weekends, I think that'll be another bullish confirmation, in my opinion. I'm excited, guys. And if we look at Plan B still thinks we're on track. I can't remember his price prediction, but it was something around, I can't remember what the price prediction was, like 270,000 this year or something, or by early January. But you can see he draws these kind of bands for his stock to flow model. And, if we sold off below this, it's a bit of a trying time. But you can see in this current bull market that we're in, and certainly in the last one, you did come down and test this. Lots of people, the main reason, and we spoke about it so many times now, I feel like I'm just repeating myself, that people were calling for a bear market was because of the severity of this crash. Well, we've never had that much leverage in the system in terms of leverage longs getting liquidated. When you do an autopsy on what actually happened, it normalizes it. And you can really kind of, or I certainly can, after doing an autopsy on exactly what happened, I can reinvest with confidence, based on fundamentals. I don't need to look at the charts to understand that Bitcoin's going up. I don't need to look at the charts to understand that Cardano's going up and a number of other altcoins out there, because I honestly believe that they are going to be the very foundations for, a new financial world, a new social world, a new supply chain world, a new, government world or governance world. So that's where I'm at, ladies and gentlemen. So very happy with what I'm seeing. I think Bitcoin looks great. Watch out for this. Pay attention, guys. Time in the market is dangerous. Let me just remind you of that. I find that hodlers always win. And even if you buy and it sells off, which I've done more times than I care to share with you on this channel. You know, in the long run, you end up winning, guys, and that's really the recipe for success in the crypto space. Crypto market's looking relatively green, some more than others. Dogecoin's doing well. You know, you got them getting listed on Coinbase, even though we're not a fan of Dogecoin. I think fundamentally it's a garbage coin, but I think people underestimate the power of a meme, and even though it's not something I'm taking part on, the fact of the matter is people have made a lot of money on it. Just remember that, you know, I think it's like 24% of all Dogecoin is owned by one wallet. That's a scary thought right there, guys. So the market's doing well. We'll see what's happening. Ultimately, big things coming for blockchain technology. A market cap of $1.74 trillion is a drop in the ocean in comparison with the quadrillions that are floating out there. People say, oh, well, look, the overall sort of money supply is only this much. The fact of the matter is nobody has a clue what the accurate money supply in the world is, guys, because it's impossible to tell at this point. You know, they've just lost complete control of the fiat systems. And here we have a solid system trying to replace it. What's the value of that? I don't know. But we did say, you know, Bitcoin stands a good chance to get to 160K. We said that, you know, when, you know, pretty much at the bottom of this sell-off. And everyone's like, oh, hang on, what are you smoking, dude? But I know what, you know, I stand on what I believe in, and ultimately, you know, I believe in cryptocurrencies and certainly blockchain technology. All I have for you in this video, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love and leave you on that note. I hope you have found this useful. If you have, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. I want to know your feedback, guys. We're going to start doing live streams where I can answer some of your questions, because get lots of comments. Get lots of people asking me stuff in the comment section. I can't reply. You know, you guys know that I run a small business. This is my hobby and passion. And I enjoy coming on here and making videos for you guys and interacting with you. So we're going to maybe start live streaming so that I can actually answer your questions on stream and give you a verbal response rather than having to sit behind a computer and you know, furiously typing at you. Thanks a lot for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Get subscribed to one of the fastest and realest growing YouTube channels, and we'll see you all hopefully in the next YouTube video. Have a fantastic day, guys.